Okay, so in this video we are going to discuss about how to set up a stepper motor to work with an Arduino Uno board. So now we will discuss how we can connect this stepper motor to the Arduino Uno board. For that we need also a driver. The motor which we are going to use in this video has a model 28BYG-48 and it will require a driver called ULN 2003. So here is the picture of the motor, so you can see the model number written here, and you can also see the set of wires which can be connected to the driver by means of this connector, female connector. So so that female connector will be connected to this part of the board, and on the left you can see these pins: input 1, input 2, input 3 and input 4. This will be respectively connected to pins 8, 9, 10 and 11 on the Arduino Uno board. And on the bottom you see these two pins here, this one and this one. This will be connected to the power supply pins of the board, which are one of them. This will be connected to the ground pin, and the right hand pin will be connected to the 5 volts pin on the board. So here is the circuit diagram of the board. You can see the pin 1 of the motor connected to pin number 8 on the board, and input 2 of the board is connected to this pin number 9 on the board. Input 3 is connected to pin number 10 on the board, and input 4 is connected to pin number 11 on the board. Further, you can also see that these two pins, which I showed you just on the driver picture, for the black one is connected to ground. You can see this one here, and the red one is connected to the 5 volts pin on the board. And the motor itself is connected to this port on the board. And now we are ready to go and write the code for the motor. So first of all, for writing the code I will need this library stepper.h. This library provides several functions which we can use to execute the motor. The first function is the stepper function. It has two variants. First one is the stepper function with 3 parameters. The steps shows how many number of steps we want the motor to execute, and pin 1 and pin 2 will be the pins of the motor connected to the board. But since we discussed the motor with 4 pins, so we will be using the second method. First, it takes 5 parameters: steps, pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 and pin 4. The steps just tells the number of steps which we want the motor to execute, and then the pin 1, pin 2, pin 3 and pin 4 are the pins which we are going to connect to the board from the motor by means of those wires. Then two other useful methods will be the set speed method. It takes the parameters revolutions per minute, but it usually is a positive long number. So we can also use the int, which can be subcasted into the long, typecasted into the long. And then the second method, step, which takes the parameter steps. So this is the number of steps. The positive integer will indicate the direction of the motor in one direction, and if we pass a negative integer, that will move the motor into in the other direction. Okay, to control the stepper motor we need to write some code, and for that we include the stepper.h library. Then I declare a variable mSpeed of type int, which has a value 10. This will basically giving the number of revolutions we want to impart on our stepper motor. Then I create an object of type stepper. I call that object s, and I pass 4 parameters to this one. First one is 2048, which means the number of steps taken by the stepper motor to complete one revolution. Then the numbers 8, 10, 9 and 11 basically are telling to which pins on the board we are connecting the stepper motor. So these are not exactly in sequence. You can see that first number 8 appears, then 10, and then 9, and then 11. So we have to keep these in this order so that our code works correctly and the motor runs properly. In the setup method, I call the function set speed, and I pass the variable which I globally declared on the top, m speed. So this will give a speed of 10 revolutions per minute to the stepper motor. In the loop method, I am calling the step method of the stepper. In this, I am passing the value 2048. So positive value will indicate one direction, and the negative value of some number will indicate the opposite direction. So if I am passing positive 2048 here, it means the motor will complete one round circle in one direction. Then I give a delay of 1 second or 1000 milliseconds. Once that is completed, then I give the value of negative 2048. It means now the motor will rotate in the opposite direction, and then again give a delay of 1000 milliseconds or 1 second. So this process will keep looping and the motor will complete one circle in one direction, then a wait of 1 second, and then a complete circle in the other direction, and a wait of 1 second, and it will continue in this fashion. You can see the stepper motor, this one. This is connected to this driver here, this part, which has which has been connected to this driver board by means of these jumper wires, which are available with this stepper motor in this way. And on this side, you can see these 4 pins, female pins, which have been connected to input 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the driver board, and these are then connected to the Arduino Uno board to pin 8, 9, 10, and 11. And further, I have these 2 wires here, the green one and the brownish one, which are connected to the 0 volts and 5 volts, and here also they are connected to the ground on the board and the 5 volts pin on the board. So now I connect this one to the laptop, and then we will see that this motor starts running. I have already compiled and uploaded a sketch on the board. Here you see. So the motor is now running. It will complete one circle in one direction, and then it will start rotating in the other direction after a delay of 1 second. Now the circle in the other direction has been completed. Okay, that was all. Thank you.